Rivers crisis. Fubara swears in new Caretaker Committee Chairmen. And APC condemns violence. In Edo State, PDP expels Shaibu Obi as Apata condemns insults on Oba of Benin. Also in Benue State, PDP and Labour Party members enmassed the camp to the APC. In Kano State, APC wants Kwakwanso against threatening the federal government. In judiciary matters, the court directs Attorney General of the Federation and Nnamdi Kanu to explore political solutions to the debacle. And the president rebuts Aisha Yusufu's criticism of President Tinubu. These and more will be up for discussions, starting first of all with the first story online. River State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has sworn in the new Caretaker Chairmen of the 23 local government areas of the River State. The swearing-in was conducted by Governor Fubara at the Executive Council Chambers of Government House in Port Harcourt on Wednesday. This follows their screening and confirmation by the State Assembly. In another development, for the second time in less than 4 months, the All Progressive Congress, APC in River State, has called on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to save River State from gliding into total anarchy by declaring a state of emergency to save lives and property of Nigerians resident in the state. APC also wants armed soldiers posted to strategic places across the state to guide against total breakdown of law and order, adding that non-state actors have already been hired from the creeks of the Niger Delta, allegedly led by the Chief of Staff of the Government House, Port Harcourt, Right Honorable Edison Ehie, to cause serious mayhem on innocent people. Speaking at the press conference at the APC Secretariat in Port Harcourt on Wednesday, the Caretaker Committee Chairman of the party in the state, Chief Tony Okocha, said the call was in good faith to assuage the state from being plunged further into destruction. Sir, we will take this bit by bit and piece by piece until we are able to dissect as much as we can, sir. Starting first of all with Governor Fubara swearing in the Caretaker Committee Chairman of the 23 local government areas. There has been a build-up up to this point. What's your take on this, sir?
Well, let me begin this way. Let me begin by congratulating the governor for that bold political step. Congratulating him in the sense that there is no one approach. There is no one approach to victory in any battlefield. So at any given time, any approach that is taken, we will look at it and then look at the outcome and if it will lead to victory. So based on that, I want to congratulate the governor for taking that bold step, because that bold step has forestalled crisis that may have ordinarily arisen as a result of the quagmire we found ourselves with the issue of elongation of tenure and the expiration of tenure of office of local government chairman in Rivers State. So I want to congratulate the governor. However, going forward, the governor should be circumspect in his approach and actions, okay, so that the governor will not win the public opinion war and lose the legal battles. This is why I am calling on the governor to begin to look, take details in terms of the Constitution. He should be guided, okay? He should be guided with the rule of law, because at the end of the day, it is the rule of law that will enable him to win all these both political and legal battles. So if he doesn't take into cognizance, if he doesn't look details, okay, into the legal issues, legal aspect of the issues, he is going to open room for the opponents to take advantage of. For instance, he should, at this time around, I believe he has good advisors, especially legal advisors, and he needs more, okay, to look at the Constitution, the letters of the Constitution very well, so as to guide his actions. Are you getting me? Yeah. So it's very important at this point for the governor to fall back to the laws, look at the Constitution, and work and take actions within the confines of the Constitution and with the rule of expressing the rule of law, so as not to open room, okay, for the other parties to gain advantage in the legal battles. That would be my advice.
If you may, sir, let me come in at this juncture. But before we commence, I want to also welcome with us here, political analyst, Ugochukwu Ifeanyichukwu. You're welcome, sir.
Good morning, Rich, and good morning, Zoe, and Nigerians and Rivers people. It's good to, talk peace in Nigeria, and we thank God for that atmosphere so far.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Going back to my questionnaire, sir, you've identified some legal bottlenecks that might arise facing the governor in the past decisions he has been taking. Could you, if you don't mind, pinpoint some loopholes where you think that he might have overlooked or he might overlook in concerning legal debacles that he might be passing through, sir?
Well, for example, the Constitution does not give room for caretaker committee. However, the tenure of the immediate past local government chairman has expired, okay? And they have to leave office, which the governor have done by making a pronouncement, bringing to an end their tenure and for them to leave office. But the Constitution does not give room for vacuum. Okay, so you can't leave the local government in vacuum, administrations in vacuum. So I was very happy when the governor acted very wisely by handing over power, by directing that the outgoing or outgone local government chairman should hand over power to the head of administrations in the various local government. That is a very wonderful step to take, okay? But I was a little bit taken aback yesterday when the governor went ahead to swear in caretaker chairman. Again, agreed that there will maybe for political exigencies, okay, he has brought in the local caretaker chairman. Fine, good and very good, well. But for him not to give room, okay, for opponents to take advantage of that clause in the Constitution, he should immediately proceed with conducting the local government elections, so that by the time these other people want to take advantage to take him to court with regards to the caretaker chairman, he's already in the process of conducting election and probably even conducted election. And I think this, what we are going through is avoidable if the governor have acted, to preempt all these actions by conducting election. I don't see the reason why the governor, or with what we are hearing in the public, that there is a fear that the governor may not win election, the minister is still on ground. That is not true. As of today, with the kind of Rivers State we have, with the level of consciousness of Rivers people, with the desire and passion with which Rivers people want to take back their state from the hands of the immediate past governor, who is now Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Chief Barrister Nyesom Wike, the people will come out and vote in mass, and their vote will be in support of the governor. So I want to encourage the governor not to be afraid of anybody in the election. Let him go ahead and conduct local government election, and he will see the level of support he will get from the electorate to support his government. So he should immediately conduct election so as not to create any constitutional problem that will make his the other camp to take advantage of. That is my advice for the governor.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Coming to you, sir, Ifeanyichukwu, sir. Was the governor in a haste? What did he err in haste being that the court will soon decide on the case at hand concerning local governments and the extension of their tenure by the factional House of Assembly, was the governor in a haste to fill up those positions, albeit it being not in concordance with the Constitution? Was there any better way for him to have attended to that vacuum, per se?
I'm so happy that Zoe made mention of the opportunities and the areas the governor would have taken advantage of in order to have averted the crisis in which Rivers State has been plunged into by this political turmoil. The governor had the opportunity to have, prepared himself, because prior to his coming to that office, he knew he was coming into a local government electioneering year. The governor is very much aware, because he will have his handover notes, he have his briefings, and by his romance with his godfather, Chief Barrister Ezenwonye Senwike, it's obvious that he was put in the know that there will be local government election coming up in 2024. And again, the governor also missed the opportunity of capturing, handling of the election, conducting of the election, when he presented the already, abrogated fiscal budget of Rivers State, which was presented in 2023. So although that budget, as it stands now, whatever implementation that is being carried out there is termed illegal, because the courts have already nullified the passage of that budget by the former ADC led Rivers State purported House of Assembly. And again, the governor would have captured that particular conducting of the election, because if you look at it, RISEC have been saying that they have written memo to the governor and the funds have not been released. So that is an indictment on the governor. So he was very much aware. And then, be that as it may, it is a norm in Nigeria, because when an evil festers, it becomes a norm. So it's a norm in Nigeria. How many states in Nigeria are operating with elected local government chairmen in their various states? So the governor wants to maintain the status quo, as they say, to continue, building his own people around him. That is why he flagrantly refused to adhere to the voice of reason and the constitutional guideline, which the Supreme Court has already made a pronouncement that the caretaker or administrators in the local governments in Nigeria are not known to the law. But he also, who should be a child of the law, who has benefited from the Supreme Court, would have, gone ahead to conduct elections in Rivers State. We would have not been where we are today. And again, the governor also erred in, all the threats and all the political tensions in the state. The governor waited until the 17th morning before making a state broadcast. This is not being proactive at all. The governor, having known how the political atmosphere it is in Rivers State as of maybe the past 2 months, would have acted with the intelligence of the police. And we also had on good authority that last Sunday, the governor was in his hometown with the chief of defense staff. So if the chief of defense staff came to Rivers State and the governor did not preempt of the violence or the fallout that will happen in this particular local government handover tussle, he would have, putting mechanism in place. He would have put mechanism in place for, the police and the security agencies to take proactive measures in safeguarding, first, by the midnight of 16th of June, which is a public holiday, the police and the DSS and the NCDC would have taken over the whole local government, because what the other camp is saying now, that the case is under litigation. But the governor, being the chief security officer of the state, having seen the vulnerability of the people and the volatility of what is going to happen, should have taken should have had a security council meeting, which he held on Wednesday, which is belated. So he should have had a security meeting. He has intelligence on his table. He would have, made sure that he made a pronouncement. And he would have been on the same page with the Commissioner of Police, Dusu. Because you see what happened in River State. The governor was saying that the chairman should vacate the offices. The CP said that the governor should tarry a while, that 28th is here, when the cases will be heard. So you see that conflicting, orders and the disagreement between the two law enforcement officers in the state, blew everything out of proportion. So if the governor again have acted, that's why we always posit here that his handlers are not doing him any good. He would have called for Security Council meeting, take a proactive measure. That day, which was a public holiday, there would have been police presence barricading anybody, both his own men and the people that were to leave office, from gaining entrance. And all this, look at the life that have been lost. Look at the security agents and the vigilante officer that were shot. Yeah, would have not gone into this kind of violence.
Yes, so that's even driving us to the part B of this same news.
Yes.
And let me come to you, sir.
Yes.
Let me come to you, sir. Concerning the call by the APC for a call for a state of emergency on River State, and there are some allegations here too. Also, say that it's purported that Right Honorable Edisine here is having some non-state actors, purportedly from the creeks, and that they are causing mayhem on innocent people, and also that declaring a state of emergency will save the lives and properties of Nigeria's residents in the state. Coming to the breakdown of situations in the local government councils, was it the duty of the youths or of the people to evacuate the local government chairman whose tenure had exhausted?
Okay.
I'm coming to you, sir.
Okay, let me add something to what my colleague has said here. I'm happy this morning we're agreeing on some issues. But let me add, the governor have hearted within the confines, at least. I won't say he said it was belated. No. See, these issues, when they come up, the governor have to watch. He has to look. Okay? Now, it was timely, the way he has acted. He allowed them to finish their tenure so that there will be no loophole. Okay? If the governor have done anything on the 16th, it says something. They will take out. Oh, their tenure have not ended. The governor is desperate and all the rest.
So people have died.
No, I'm coming. I'm coming. He waited for their tenure to finish on the 17th, and then he made a pronouncement. Okay? Yes, he would have done it earlier, which also probably would have forestalled any breakdown of law.
And yes, lots of lives.
Yes, I agree with you to that extent.
Yes.
But it's okay. Okay, where we are, it's okay. He has made the pronouncement, and immediately he did, it gave direction. Because
but lives lost cannot be regained.
That was unfortunate. That was unfortunate. Of course, we're in a political battlefield. So desperate people, the governor have not asked anybody. Neither will also give it to the Minister of Federal Capital. I've not heard him say, my people go and fight or go and no. Apart from some local government chairman like the Ikwere local government chairman who has been very much overbearing, inciting people with his statement, trying to call public attention against the governor and all that. Apart from that, the governor have acted within the, has exercised some level of constraint, just to forestall any breakdown of law and order. So if, in fact, I will say this. If the governor have acted the way he has handled this local government issue, if he had handled the 27 House of Assembly member this way, that matter would have ended for a long time. I'm coming. I'll take care of the Tony Okosha issue. But I'm trying to create a background that if he has been able to, make a statement with regards to the 27 House of Assembly members when they defected, showing if he had made a statement, that would have ended that, but he didn't.
But that statement cannot be made in a fiat.
He rather
no, that particular statement, the governor has no authority constitutionally, no, sir, so that the public will not be misled. The governor would have acted only on constitutional guideline. In as much as he has the constitutional backing to pronounce the commencements of the House,
exactly,
he cannot abrogate the existence of the House by fiat.
Exactly. Now listen.
So what background are you laying?
Politically, okay. Thank God he agreed that the governor was the one who proclaimed the House.
Of course.
So if it comes to a situation where some members of the House defected, following the constitution, the governor can also come and pronounce who are the lawful members of the House.
No, he don't have that. No. Sir, please, no. Sir, please. This is misleading the public.
But you will have your time. Okay. You have your time. So if he has done that, okay, that would have saved us all these steps. Now we are going with the 27 House of Assembly. But thank God, he came back, maybe probably for looking for peace. He was believing that, he said it's a father and son issue, it's a one family, they are still going to work together. So in the desire for peace, he allowed those 27 and 7 members back to the House, gave them a list to a screen. Those are some of the things just for the sake of peace. But moving forward, I was very happy that he was able to summon the courage and make the necessary decision in the case of the local government issue
concerning the call by Chief Tony Okosha.
Tony Okosha is just playing to the gallery. In fact, let me tell you, I'm coming. Let me tell you, Tony Okosha is just playing to the gallery. In fact, the governor will continue to disappoint them, break down their plans. The major plan of the opposition, the opponents, led by Tony Okosha and whoever that has in that camp, was to call for a state of emergency. That was their intention. In fact, I'm coming. The local government chairman knew very well that their tenure have ended and they are supposed to leave office, whether there is a case in court or not, until judgment comes. You have to obey the law. Your tenure have ended. Even if it's just 24 hours to that judgment, you have to leave office first. I'm coming. They didn't do that. Do you know the reason why they were making noise, saying they are not going to leave, threatening? You saw in the social media where they bought cutlass and all the rest. They wanted to create a situation where there will be breakdown of law and order and then call the governor's attention, which Tony Okosha have just done now. He is very skillful in doing this. So to call the federal government to declare a state of emergency so that they will evacuate the governor and then the federal government will take over Rivers State. Nothing has happened in Rivers State.
Sorry, sir. Did the governor preempt that there might be a breakdown of law and order?
Of course. That is why he acted promptly.
What step did the governor take?
Okay,
what he has done. He has called to an end.
Lives have been lost.
I'm coming. He called to the end of the tenure of the local government. He made a pronouncement, gave directive for head of administrators to take over administration. And that same Wednesday, he held a security meeting, and he is doing a lot of. Now, let me tell you, to call for a state of emergency, or to say that a state is now in a state of anarchy, there are factors.
Yes, sir.
There are factors. There are a lot of things that will be on ground. There are no situation where we say people cannot go out to do. This morning I left my house and come to this place. There was no problem anywhere. Nobody stopped me. So for you to ask for a state of emergency, it means there is a total breakdown of law and order. The police in the state cannot handle it. The governor cannot, the chief security officer cannot handle it again. That is when you now call for the federal government to intervene, either with military. There are no such thing on ground. So Tony Okosha is just playing to the gallery, and their plans have failed to try to bring down the governor of Siminalayi Fubara.
Thank you, Mr. Zoe.